Sometimes the most important stories, they aren't found in big history books. They're hidden, in the margins, whispered in the stains on an old recipe card, just waiting for someone to find them. Oh, and before we dive in, if you enjoy stories like this, please do follow the channel and share this. It really helps this page grow and lets me create more stories just like this one for you. Okay, so what started with a simple recipe for flan would end up unraveling a secret that had been kept for 70 long years. Our story kicks off with this one single line tucked right beside a recipe. A la plaza vieja, yo fui. To the old plaza, What? That's the question. This single sentence is the first little clue, the first breadcrumb in a trail that would uncover a secret nobody even knew existed. So picture this. A woman named Sophia inherits this old cookbook from her grandmother, Elena, and she loves flipping through its pages, The paper is faded, and this familiar scent of cinnamon and almonds just fills the air. But then, one afternoon, she spots them for the very first time. These small, hurried notes in her grandmother's elegant handwriting, scribbled in the margins. And right away, she knows. These are not recipe notes. This is something else entirely. So the very first phrase Sophia finds is a la plaza vieja, yo fui. And the entire mystery, the whole puzzle, it all comes down to that one little word, fui. See, in Spanish, that word can mean two completely different things. It can mean I was, which is just, a state of being, or it can mean I went, describing an action, a journey. So was her grandmother just at the old plaza, or did she secretly go there for a reason? Okay, so here's the deal. Fui is the past tense for two totally different verbs. Ser, which means to be, and ir, which means to go. They look exactly the same. The only thing that tells you which is context. And right now, Sophia has zero context. All she has is this one ambiguous clue. A few pages later, right next to a recipe for some amazing almond cookies, she finds the next note. Sola, yo estuve. I was alone. And just like that, bam, the first piece of the puzzle clicks right into place. The verb estuve is used for a temporary state. This little word changes everything. It means Elena hadn't just been in the square as part of her identity. No, she went there. And for that moment, she was there, alone. The story is starting to form. You can just imagine the thrill running through her, right? Sophia realizes this isn't just a bunch of random notes. This is a story, a secret hidden in plain sight for decades. Her quiet, gentle grandmother, who never ever spoke of her life before she started her family, was now guiding her, page by page, through a memory she had never shared with a soul. And then, this story takes a darker turn with the next two clues. First, beside a recipe for crumbly polvorones, un paquete, yo le di. I gave him a package. A secret exchange. Then, the most chilling note she's found yet. Miedo yo tuve. I was afraid. Suddenly, this isn't just a memory anymore. It was a moment filled with real, genuine danger. I mean, Sophia's heart must have been pounding in her chest. A secret meeting in a plaza, a mysterious package, a feeling of fear so strong that her grandmother had to write it down all these years later. She realizes this isn't just her grandmother being nostalgic. This is a confession, unfolding one Spanish verb at a time. And then she gets to what feels like the point of no return. Regresar no pude. I couldn't return. The verb here is pude, from poder, which means to be able to. But it's in the negative. No pude. She couldn't. She was trapped. But why? What on earth happened in that plaza that made it impossible for her to ever go back? And then she finds it, the heart of the entire secret. Two sentences, side by side, that change everything. First, una promesa yo hice. I made a promise. And right after it, la verdad nunca le dije. I never told him the truth. A promise was made, and a truth was buried. But who was she keeping the secret for? And who was she keeping it from? This is the question, isn't it? The one that hangs in the air. All of these notes, they keep referring to a him. Was it her grandfather, the man Elena was married to for 50 years? Or was this entire story about someone else? Someone from a life that nobody, not a single person, knew she had ever lived? The answer was waiting for her on the page with her own wedding cake recipe. A single, powerful sentence. A él Siempre lo quise. Now, the verb quise can mean I wanted, but here, written with so much emotion, it can only mean one thing. I loved him. It had always been him. And it wasn't her grandfather. It was a secret love. Sophia slowly turns to the very last page of the old cookbook. The paper there is worn so thin it's almost translucent. And there, at the bottom of an otherwise blank page, was the 10th and final clue, the one that was about to unlock everything. Su carta, aquí la puse. His letter, I put it here. Puse, the verb to put. It hits her. This wasn't just a memory. It wasn't just a feeling she was writing down. This was something real, something physical, something hidden. The final verb wasn't a memory. It was a map. Sophia's hands are trembling as she runs her fingers along the inside of the book's hardback cover. And she feels it, a slight ridge. Carefully, she pries at the cardboard, and it opens to reveal a slim, folded piece of paper, yellowed with age. The letter. The end of the story. And the beginning of finally understanding her grandmother in a way she never, ever thought was possible. And in that moment, Sophia finally understood. Those 10 words, fui, estuve, di, tuve, pude, hice, dije, quise, puse. They're all what we call irregular verbs. They're the rule breakers. They don't follow the normal patterns of the language. And isn't that just perfect? Because they are the words we use for the moments in our own lives that don't follow the rules either. The secret meetings, the hidden loves, the promises we just can't break. So these 10 verbs, they were never just a grammar lesson hiding in a cookbook. They were a language all their own, a secret language for life's most pivotal, game-changing, irregular moments. The moment you went somewhere you knew you shouldn't have, the moment you were truly afraid, the moment you made a promise, the moment you loved someone with everything you had. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What secrets, what confessions, what beautiful, irregular moments are just waiting to be discovered in the margins of your own family's history? If this story moved you or made you think differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and follow the channel for more stories like this.